Well, do you praise your kids when they do something good? Well, a new study just revealed that too much praise can actually lead to false superiority and big egos. So how much praise is too much, and what's the right way to show your approval? Joining us now to weigh in is our parenting panel this morning, the author, you saw him earlier on the show, you have to bleeping eat. We had some dirty words there we can't show you. Adam Mansbach is back. Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
Host of The Moms, Denise Albert, and parenting expert Erica Katz. Great to see all of you this morning.
Good to see you too.
So this new study comes out that shows that it's called self-enhancement. Basically, overinflating kids' egos by giving them too much praise. They're not likely to want to take on other projects and other academic projects because, well, they feel that they're too good for it now. So how much praise is too much? How should we approach this?
I mean, I think it really depends on the kid. And I have two, so you see the differences with your child. I have one who needs a lot of praise and one who doesn't need it as much. And I think it really depends on the child. And I think you're also born a certain way. And the article talks a lot about being humble. And I think that it's hard to teach kids to be humble. I think that it's sort of like in you.
Is it in you from birth?
I don't know if it's in you, but I think what's important is it's fine to praise kids for who they are. Praising kids for what they do is a little more problematic because it's more transitory. If you praise a kid for getting an A on a test, that's great at the moment, but that kid also knows if he brings home a C, the praise disappears. So I think it's much more important to reinforce kids' sense of who they really are as opposed to what they're capable of doing.
And Erica, this comes on the heels of some other research talking about telling kids that they're smart. Oh, you're so smart, you're so smart. What it does is it sets them up for failure, doesn't it? Because then they're not likely to take risks later in life. They don't want to disappoint or appear unsmart at some point in their life.
Well, it's important to tell your children you're really great at something when they are great at something, but then if they're not doing as well, you should tell them too. So if my child comes home with a 70 on a test, I'm not going to be like, wow, you're really smart. Instead, I'm going to say, you know, you're really great in school, but sometimes you need to study a little bit harder. And in this case, you probably just didn't study enough. So you don't want to tear them down, but you also have to say, look, you need a little improvement here.
But a 70 on a test for some kids would be awesome.
Like, maybe some kids don't test well.
Right.
You use that excuse,
right? I do, absolutely. I think each child is different, and I think that a 70, A's don't matter in life. Sorry, to me, my kids, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're going to be good at certain things, and they're not going to be good at certain things, and it really is how they try and find something that they are good at.
But if you know that they got a 70 because they didn't study enough, then you have to come down on them about it, because it's not okay to be lazy about it or because you want to play basketball all day, so you got a 70 because you didn't study. It's one thing if there's learning issues, but if there isn't, you have to talk to them.
But they might become a basketball player and not need that 70.
What this study said, though, to be specific, is that it found that kids who were praised in comparison to other kids developed animosity toward those kids and vice versa. So all the study really is saying is don't praise your kids in comparison to other kids.
Right.
It was also done in Germany, and it's important that we realize that some of these studies are culturally specific, so we shouldn't put too much stock in a study done in Germany about our kids.
Great point. Well, here's something back here at home in Minneapolis. One thing I look forward to every winter was snow days. Oh, I couldn't wait. You know, you would hear the radio. We'd listen to 102.5 WRFY in Reading, Pennsylvania, and I would listen to see if your school was going to be called on the radio so that you would have that one snow day, you get outside and shovel. Well, the school in Minneapolis, St. Cloud Cathedral High School, is getting a lot of attention because despite a heavy snow day earlier this week, they decide to cancel the snow days. So you have to stay home and be virtual on your computer and log into class. Is this the right way to go?
Awesome. 100%. I wish that my kids' school would do that once a week and my kids could stay home. I wonder that there's so many kids today with so many issues and ADHD and ADD. I wonder if having one day to work at home in a different environment would be helpful.
Are we coddling them?
Well, all right, this is Minnesota, so presumably there's lots of snow days.
Right.
I think virtual classrooms are fine. It works on a university level. It probably works for high school, but I got a policy that's going to solve this. First snow day is free. You go outside, snowball fights, hot chocolate, sledding. After that, second, third snow day,
I like that.
Virtual class.
Are you on board with that, Erica?
I love that idea. I actually also think that virtual days are good, and you can even plan on some movies. So, for instance, my son just learned about the Civil War, so I had him watch Gone with the Wind. Why not take those snow days and give them an assignment like watching a movie that's appropriate?
Yeah.
And
That's my kind of teacher right there.
Virtual classroom. But you know what? He got a 97 on that test because it brought it to life.
Be at home. I had to watch The Avengers again. on a snow day. It was for school, Mom. Great to see all of you this morning.
Good
Have
to
a great
see you.
weekend.